Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon for whoever's watching this. I'm assuming it's all Americans that are watching this, so it's good evening, maybe even a good night for the East Coast. It is right now 9 p.m. over at the EST region and 6 p.m. for the PST region. I am your caster, Valine. I should be having a co-caster, Maiji, coming up real soon, but for now, we are in a match, a losers finals match, one of the first of this weekend against Florida B and SoCal B C5 and 6, I believe. I need to check qualifiers. I need to no C6 and 7 respectively. They are fighting for that top 4 spot minimum to see how far they already placed. They already beaten their placement. Well, kind of not really. SoCal especially has beaten their placement. Florida, they are in their placement at the moment. So this is their chance to beat their own placement if they win this match against SoCal. This team, they're both very similar in terms of their own mechanics. They're both good in terms of the tapping and overall mechanics for aim as well. But I think maybe the consistency could be going towards Florida's side. If you've seen the recent matches, you can, as an example, they have beaten NorCal B. That was actually an upset. Because of the tiebreaker that they won against them in the quarterfinals, I believe, yes. So, you can say that Florida is favored here because of their seeding and because of the results, but SoCal, they do have their own powers to go against Florida. SoCal, they do have that strong hidden roster that they can lean towards, and I would imagine that they would lean towards that hidden roster, but can their consistency really match up to what their potential can hold? But right now, we're just in warm-ups. Seems to be some rhythm, some aim control. It's a good way to like practice your finger dexterity, for all purposes. And here it is. Here is my co-caster Maiji. Say hello. Never mind, he is deafened. I don't know why he is deafened, but at the moment, Maiji, are you there? Maiji's not there, but we're almost done with. Nope. I'm not sure if this is the first or second warm-up that has been played.
Hello.
Hello, Maiji. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi guys. I don't know if Aline introduced myself, but I'm Maiji and I'll be your. Alright, I will be your second commentator today in your Florida B against SoCal B in today's finals match. I don't know why it says Major League, but we'll move on by that. We don't talk about it.
And right now we see Florida definitively losing the rolls by 80 points as SoCal won the rolls. So they have the chance to pick that band and pick order. I think with the close seedings of between these two states and teams, they could opt for a first ban here as they want to see maybe how Florida could, ban, because they might have similar bans to consider, and like it could benefit them on that end.
Yeah, I've got the notes up here in the doc that somebody sent. I don't know if you have that open.
I do have it open, yeah. Very helpful doc created by a lovely caster and player, Spike. Thank you to him to create a doc again for the minor league teams, especially as some of these players are a little bit unknown in the scene. This is probably even their first tournament. Just getting their step into the foot of the tournament scene.
Yep. I think the two people that I know from, well, there's one person from each team. There's Ocean Boy, and then you got the Homie.
Yeah.
So I know those two.
We now see that SoCal opted, even though they won the roll, they opted to do a first pick, and then now we see that Florida, they opted for first ban, so they have the opportunity to see what SoCal have to do to put the double bans. This is an ABBA ban order.
Easy one ban coming out from Florida. Very understandable.
this SoCal team is a really gimmick favored team in this head-to-head between these two states, these two teams. So understandable for the easy one pick. But there's still that easy two and that hidden two that SoCal can lean towards. So Florida B will have to eat one of those maps up. But Equivocator and some other players in Florida B aren't, you know, are like really familiar with the gimmicks. So.
Yeah, SoCal banning out the Hard Rock 1 and the No Mod 2. I completely understand the No Mod 2 ban. Florida is insanely strong on the tapping. And Florida banning out the Easy 2, so getting both easy maps gone. That's probably just the Ocean Boy ban, because Ocean Boy shown last round that they were really strong on that easy, and SoCal just really strong on gimmick in general, so...
Yeah, and I think with the easy bans, I think it's reasonable for them to ban those easy, as one of their main hidden reading players, Lunage in Florida's side, can I think only really play that reading side of things in with the hidden. So that hidden 2 is still open. I think it is pretty contestable, but I would imagine SoCal picking it.
Yeah, and now we wait to see SoCal's first pick.
Yeah, first pick, no easies this time around for this match. And seeing that it is a SoCal pick and they've seen that easy 1, easy 2 banned, they can maybe already pick into the hidden 2, but it is really scary to pick into the hidden 2, as you've seen players like Equivocator and Lunage do really well on those hidden 2s, especially Lunage for Florida B. But there we go, there it is, the hidden 2. So you're hoping here for SoCal to really hone in on their own consistency to really combat that Lunage high score that we should expect to see from that Florida B hidden player.
Yeah, SoCal gonna try and pick the most gimmick in the pool that they possibly can, because they are a lot weaker on higher AR like Hard Rock and DT, but No Mod and Hidden, they're pretty strong on that. And tapping as well, they're pretty solid on that. So Florida probably gonna have to go with all the DTs and Hard Rocks and tapping that they can go with. And as we go into this hidden 2, we're gonna wait and see the rosters.
Yeah.
Wonder if the homie is gonna perma lobby.
I'm not sure if the homie. I don't think I've seen the homie be in hidden 2 for any of the Florida B matches. But I would imagine for Florida B, it would be Lunage and Equivocator. Those would be the 2 main players. And then for SoCal, it would be Muri, Celeste, and Ocean Boy. There they are. You should expect Equivocator here. 09 Randy 14, that is indeed Equivocator, that's his new name change. So. Oh, and also Charlie, yeah, this is a really good SoCal core for reading us. All these 3 SoCal players can play this hidden 2 really well in terms of their own like historic hidden 2 record that they've shown.
Last player for Florida, there's FireGen, and they pretty much can just like fill anything. They're gonna be in for a good amount of maps just to fill, especially on these gimmick maps. So good luck, have funs are in the chat, and we're gonna be going into the first map of this Florida B and SoCal finals match.
Yeah, at the moment, right now, you would hope for Muri, Celeste, Crickard, especially to really pick it up for this team, but he is one of those few players in this tournament that can really scale in this SR, and he wasn't really feeling the game for Major League, so opting to go to Minor League, so hopefully he can really carry it over for his team. But right now, so far so good for all 6 players. That is just early on. Never mind.
Ocean Boy and Randy Orton, or Equivocator, both finding breaks. Charo trading that. Ocean Boy finding another break. It's just FireGen and Lunage and Muri Celesta and FireGen finding breaks. So it's only Lunage holding the FC on the side of Florida. Florida with the score lead, but it's shifting over because Equivocator is not able to hold that combo.
Yeah, and this map is pretty short as well, so that big combo is really helping out Florida at the moment, but it's only a 6K score difference, as we do see the other players from Florida breaking, not really helping out Lunage for that combo support. Right now, Ocean Boy and Charo with those recoveries to hopefully combat Lunage right now, and Charo unfortunately did miss there, so that's not going to really help us SoCal for their own pick. It's still a 12K score difference. There's go Lunage, there goes Florida as a whole to not really solidify this point, and we now see Ocean Boy just moving forward for this pick for SoCal at the moment.
Yeah, Ocean Boy and Celesta are going to be the ones to hold in this final section, last quarter of the map, and this is absolute domination by SoCal. Lunage and FireGen doing all they can, but not getting enough support. And unfortunately, I mean, they did pick Florida's weak spot, so that's just going to be an easy SoCal point.
Yeah. Maybe unfortunately Equivocator might have gotten unlucky on that hidden too. Maybe couldn't even play it at all. Maybe the scaling that he couldn't really bring towards to this match, but good score from Ocean Boy 98, 748k for his team in S rank to solidify that point.
Yeah, unfortunate slider breaks at the start of the map. I'm pretty sure the only S rank in the lobby, so really good score from Ocean Boy and really good support from Celesta as well. Almost 600k. That's a really strong score. Lunage also getting just over 600k. So now Florida B gonna pick the Hard Rock 3, and I have no idea who's gonna be in for that SoCal roster because they aren't the strongest Hard Rock team. They suffer a lot on that Hard Rock and DT, but Florida, I believe we can expect to see the homie. I believe they should be in because I think this is, what kind of Hard Rock 3 is this?
This is a flow Hard Rock. It really gets hard at the end, but it's just really like the first like third, 3/4 of the map is pretty easy until we go to that last fourth of the map. Just flow, really simple flow indeed. Maybe even one of the easier maps in the pool. So this is already an interesting pick, but if Florida is really strong with their Hard Rock, which I would imagine they are, as they did pick this, this should be no problems for them. As you did mention, SoCal's Hard Rock roster isn't as great as their competitors in this tourney. I mean, I would imagine Latte could be in this and IME as well for SoCal, but right now I think they do. Florida has a strong core for this.
Yeah, we could see Mikey hopping in. Would be surprised to see Lunage playing this, but maybe not surprised as well because this is ult. So
yeah, this is like a really simple, like there's not a lot of spacing right into the end of the map. So the end of the map really matters a lot here for both of these teams, but especially comboing through that 3/4 of the map is much more important as well. It's just if you can really combo that and like finish it off in that last fourth, then you will be doing your team a service of wonder.
yeah, and for Florida, we do see Mikey and the homie and FireGen filling on this Hard Rock. W FireGen for just filling whatever map it is, and for SoCal we got Celesta, Latte, and how do I pronounce that? IME?
IME, yeah, IME. So
IME?
yeah,
Okay.
these are the two players that I expect from SoCal, IME and Latte, to really fill in for that Hard Rock. Miuri Celesta credit card, he isn't really that much of a Hard Rock player, but when he's forced to actually play, then he can probably fill decently. But it's just a matter of if he practices enough.
Yeah, and right now, SoCal with 3 FCs, Florida, the homie, finding a few breaks at the start, but they are going to be able to recover, as this is not too long of a map, but it's not short either, just 2.5 minutes long, and it is going to be a 2v3 right now, as Florida praying for someone on the side of SoCal breaking, but it's going to be the homie breaking for Florida. So 25k score difference for the side of SoCal. The only thing that is keeping this close is the accuracy of these players on Florida compared to SoCal.
Yeah, actually both of these teams' accuracy are pretty similar, but homie not really grasping the consistency for this low aim hard rock. But there goes Mirti, Celesta, and Ayami on the side of SoCal. This is the one that the misses that Florida needs. So they can get this point of their own. If we're reaching that halfway point, it is getting a little bit more intense, but not really as intense as that last part. We do see a fire gen miss, so now it is just that no FCs coming in for SoCal and just one FC for Mikey M.
Yeah, the homie on a really solid recovery, and it's gonna be all eyes on Mikey right now. And I'm sorry, the
a little bit of an
curse.
under aim there for that slider break.
The absolute commentator curse of doom. I apologize, Florida, but it's not gonna matter. We're gonna be going into the final quarter of this map, and it's a 300k score difference, and the homie still has 400 going on 500 combo.
Yeah, pretty much uncomebackable at this rate for SoCal, as this map is closing in fast, and it's just gonna get harder and harder here. No really supporting or recovery combos big enough to really counter this 300k score difference, as all of SoCal's B's scores has been capped due to their own misses. Latte with that recovery, but not enough. And now we just see that Florida's going to solidify their own points right here, their own pick.
Yeah, what a score coming out from Mikey and FireGen on this Hard Rock 3. Mikey going over 600k, and FireGen, I believe the second highest score in the lobby with 500k.
Indeed, this is what you would expect to see, what Florida expect to see, and relieving as such, as SoCal isn't really that strong of a hard rock wrestler, and indeed they didn't really show that strength here. So I think Florida can lead towards more of the hard rock in their later picks, but right now SoCal is still equalized for both of these teams. They can probably pick maybe one of the hiddens again, as they're really more consistent on the hidden. Maybe even Nomad 3 or Nomad 4. Because this is like a more gimmicky team. But yeah, looking forward to see what they pick. He said it's only a flow aim map. See, this is the important thing about practicing maps, especially when you're in the finals as well. But you know, it really depends on the vibes of your team going into this tournament. You know, like you would see it highly, so maybe you would take it a little bit more seriously. But I think it would have been best to put in players that have actually practiced the map. But I know Cricket does have the mechanics to really put some good scores in the hard rock, but it would have been best to practice it. Right now we do see a Force Mode 1. So Techie.
Why did 3 players typing Force Mod 1?
Maybe because of the timer running out, because they probably forgot to pick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shadex with the tier 1 sub, bro. W. And for this Force Mod 1, I believe Celesta's gonna be in. Lunage definitely gonna be in for the side of Florida. We see Ocean Boy coming in on the side of SoCal. We probably will see Mikey on the Hard Rock, possibly. One of these 3 Hard Rock players, either the homie FireGen or Mikey, but we might see FireGen filling hidden as well.
Yeah, so with Force Mud, there can be no Nomad allowed in this particular map, and I also would like to comment that this is a really hidden favorite map, as with Hard Rock, it is really hard for this kind of map to really consistently get good scores on with Hard Rock. So even though Mikey M did get that good score on that Hard Rock 3, that was easy compared to what is Force Mode 1 here. So whoever's gonna take that Hard Rock is gonna really tank it. So right now we do see that FireGen could be tanking that Hard Rock or the homie.
Yeah, we see that there is a 2.3x easy multiplier, and people in chat are talking about Ocean Boy. We might see an easy from Ocean Boy on the side of SoCal here, but yeah, we see the trio of Mikey M, Lunage, and FireGen, as you said, and on the side of SoCal we got Latte, Celesta, and Ocean Boys. Good looks have funds are in the chat, and we are going to be going into this Force Mod 1.
Is that it?
And is it easy? I can't
Indeed
tell
and
the
easy.
Discord.
Well, we'll wait and see, actually.
Yeah, the
Yep,
Discord. Oh,
it
it
is
is
indeed and
easy.
easy. So sorry, there's a little bit of a delay there for on our end, but yes, Ocean Boy is indeed going easy on his 2.3 easy multiplier. So you're hoping here for this kind of a relatively short map for Ocean Boy to consistently get some good scores here for their team. The easy multiplier is embedded into the stream overlay, so what you see is what you get for the scores right here.
Yeah, Lunage and FireGen going to be the first two players to break on the hidden for the side of Florida, and Mikey M going to be the only one to hold on the side of Florida on that Hard Rock, as we see 3 FCs on the side of SoCal right now.
Yeah, and Mikey's still impressively holding on, but not really with favorable act at the moment, as it understandably is hard to act. The same with the Latte, so pretty much these guys are a little bit equal in terms of like the act, but less so for Latte, as he is going that 88%. There goes Ocean Boy though. So not really looking good right now for that easy multiplier. You were hoping to get some good combos for the easy multiplier to matter, but right now you have to hope now for Miori Celesta to keep on comboing to rival that Mikey M combo. But that right now, there is two big combos from Miori Celesta and Latte.
Yeah, there is also a substantial gap in accuracy between Miori Celesta and Mikey. Unfortunately, well, Lunage on a really good recovery, and as soon as I say their name, they break. FireGen gonna be the one to try and hold on the hidden, but it's still well, Latte's recovery combo and Miori's FC against Mikey.
Yeah, this halfway through the map, any misses here would be really important for the outcome of this match. Right now, Mikey M and Miori Celesta and Latte are still holding on throughout this match. We're reaching the last quarter of the map right now, and we're seeing a big combo, but there's the fast slider that all three of Mikey M, Ocean Boy, and Latte broke.
Yeah, Miori Celesta is all eyes on Celesta right now, as they are still holding an FC at the end of the map with crazy accuracy. Insane score coming out from them, carrying out this Force Mod 1.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a 100k score difference. I think if Krikar misses here, there is still a chance for FireGen to bring this back for his team, because that score difference isn't really increasing as fast as SoCal wants it. So you're hoping for Krikar to keep on holding, and I think he has held long enough for the score difference to really matter for this team and for SoCal to really solidify their second pick.
Yeah, really strong scores coming out from these Hard Rock players. This map's not easy on Hard Rock at all. Mikey and Latte, and it's gonna be Celesta holding out that FC for SoCal, carrying. Holy crap. Really strong
Yeah,
score from Celesta.
really strong score indeed, and I think really helped out for that easy multiplayer for Ocean Boy. We really hope for that for bigger combos on the easy side, but it was actually Muri Celesta's or Krikar's masterclass that really helped Soko bring this over.
Yeah, also, Aki, thanks for confirming, because I had a feeling it wasn't on. The easy multiplier was not on the overlay.
I thought it was. I guess not.
Nah,
But they
I
still
had a
won
feeling.
regardless.
Didn't look like it would did, but Florida gonna be picking straight into that Hard Rock 2. Gonna try and keep that Hard Rock domination going, as SoCal not too strong on that Hard Rock, so.
Yeah, and in this particular Hard Rock 2, this is actually a little bit more deterministic, if I had to put it. Because last week's Hard Rock 2, it was like cross-screen sliders. You like had to rely on your own aim, your own inconsistency, your own precision consistency to really hit those sliders well enough to not over aim, to not under aim. But this one, you don't really have to rely upon that. Maybe a little bit, only a few sections, but this is an easier time. But it's just more mechanically advanced.
Yeah. Yeah, the easy multiplier was not programmed this week, so yeah, SAS one. It's 100% Aki's fault. It's all your fault, Aki.
I mean, if you want a stats watch here, I mean, the only time we can see comparable Hard Rock 2 scores from both Florida B and North SoCal B is from quarterfinals. Florida, they did get number 9 overall with the all the Major League and Minor League team together, and SoCal, they got number 31. So this is a little bit worrying for SoCal here. I'm trying to remember what that quarterfinals Hard Rock 2 looked like.
As we go into the finals Hard Rock 2, we got the homie, FireGen, and Mikey on the side of Florida. And for SoCal, we got Latte, Ayami, and Ayoko.
Yeah, so that quarterfinals Hard Rock 2 was more of a flowy, kind of tappy Hard Rock 2 with some mech tech elements in there. This one is kind of like mech tech. It's a little bit of swing, a little bit of alt here and there. So a little bit of kind of your unusual mechanics. But this should be a Florida win.
Yeah, especially on the SR difference between quarterfinals and this finals pool. I believe it's 0.4 almost, so this map definitely going to be a lot harder. Instantly seeing really good comfort from the side of Florida. Ayoko with the first miss, so 3 FCs to 2. Insane accuracy lead from the side of Florida.
Yeah, even though FireGen didn't miss, that ACK lead is going to help them tremendously. Maybe even in a 100k score difference minimum, solely because of the ACK itself, as we already see SoCal struggling with the ACK. Yeah, 90, like, almost like 91% average ACK on SoCal's side, so the prospects of them getting this breakpoint is already looking unlikely.
Yeah, the homie holding out in FC with 97% ACK right now, and Florida's lowest ACK is still like 4 to 5 higher than SoCal's highest. So this is going to be absolute domination from the side of Florida.
Even if they kind of like break here, well, there goes the homie breaking. Like that ACK is still going to help them tremendously. I think it's just going to give them like a 100k score difference minimum. As I already mentioned before, FireGen's still holding on that recovery for his team. We're reaching now towards the last half of the map, and right now it's just FireGen's show at the moment, just holding on for his team.
Yeah, nobody on the side of SoCal with a combo, but what can you do as a stronger Nomad hidden gimmick team? So this is going to be a Florida win, as we are going to be going into the last quarter. I don't think anything can happen. There's not much combo on the side of SoCal. Latte, the only one holding, and FireGen absolutely cooking right now with that almost 600 combo on this Hard Rock 2.
Yeah, I mean, if this was last week's Hard Rock 2, it would have been, I would imagine, a much closer affair. But I think would have been much more comfortable on that last week's Hard Rock 2, solely because of this performance that we're seeing right now. There it is. There's that solidifying second pick for Florida B. No more Hard Rocks from here on out, as SoCal did ban out Hard Rock 1. So now they have to really rely on other picks. Maybe lean on the tapping, perhaps.
A really, really good score coming up from FireGen, 730k, and FireGen honestly really good for this Florida team, as they're pretty much able to just play anything. Like, you need a third player in a map, FireGen.
Yeah. So at the moment, we do see now is SoCal's pick. We know that Florida can't lean on the Hard Rocks anymore, as the Hard Rock has just been expended. So SoCal, they can maybe lean towards the hidden again. No more 3s there, no more 4s there. It's just a matter of your own consistency that you have to rely upon to really bring forth this, I would imagine, a close matchup, as this is a pretty close seeding-wise match.
Yeah, I could potentially see that free mod 2 from SoCal, one of the other, I believe that's anti-mod, right? Yeah, free mod 2 coming from SoCal. And I think we all know who's gonna be on easy.
This free mod 2 though, I don't think it's worth it going on easy. I think it's like a 1.5, 1.6 easy multiplier, as this is like your typical free mod 2 that we've seen countless times in, except for that run of 16 free mod 2. But this is just a your typical like non-dense anti-mod free mod 2 Amy.
It is a 1.6 multiplier, so
yeah, not worth it in my opinion.
Probably gonna see Ocean Boy on the hidden. If they want to go easy, I mean maybe it's like a guaranteed but let's max score it with 1.6.
500 times 1.6.
800k. There you go.
Yeah, not worth it if you can potentially get like 900k for an FC with hidden, especially 1 million as well if you get good act. So easy, it won't be a great pick or a great mod to choose for this kind of map. But you know, I would imagine that Latte right here would be powering through with that Hard Rock, Ocean Boy with the hidden, Charo maybe with the hidden or Nomad. Lunage, definitely the hidden. I don't know who's gonna pick the Nomad, but maybe we can see Firegen with that Hard Rock or Mikey M with the Hard Rock.
Yeah, we could see an Overmod from Florida, potentially 2 Hard Rocks and a hidden, but you see Mikey and Firegen. Mikey definitely on Hard Rock, Lunage definitely on HD, so Firegen is just going to be up to them to see what they feel comfortable with going with here, and honestly, seeing them on any mod wouldn't surprise me. And for the side of SoCal, we got Latte, Ocean Boy, and Charo. Latte, pretty sure HR, Charo, and Ocean could both go HD, but Charo's probably going Nomad.
Yeah, likely Nomad, but I know like a lot of even the SoCal players are like hidden preference players, so I could potentially see an Overmod on SoCal side. But yeah, maybe Fargen could be going to Nomad, Mikey M, yeah, Hard Rock. But we'll have to wait and see at the moment once we get into this map. Yeah, thought so. Yeah, like I mentioned, there's that Overmod.
Yep, Overmod from the side of SoCal, and for Florida, Firegen will not be on the Hard Rock or the Hidden, it will be the Nomad for that consistency. And Charo going to be the first one to break on the Hidden, so it's going to be 3 FCs to 2. Mikey going to be the Hard Rock player to break, and Latte, the other Hard Rock player, trading that. Firegen breaking on the Nomad, so it's going to be Lunage against Ocean Boy, both Hidden players. Ocean Boy holding out an SS on this free mod too. Firegen finding another break.
Yeah, and this map is also relatively short as well. There are some slow parts here and there, but all around this is just really an aim map. If you can do the AR8 and you can play the hard precision well enough, and we do still see the never mind. There goes Ocean Boy with that FC gun. I was just Lunage with that FC, hoping for them to bring over a potential breakpoint here for Florida side. Low 30k score difference going towards the side of SoCal, but it will go towards Florida. Never mind, Lunage. They broke on the easy part. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, maybe a little misread potentially, but that's gonna cost Florida a lot of score points, and Latte gonna be the one to hold on the Hard Rock, beating out Mikey, but Mikey has way higher acts, not able to hold the combo.
Yeah, but right now it is still a 100k score difference. Now it's just going down to 90k with that miss from Ocean Boy. Now you're hoping for Lucky to hold on for SoCal to just get this point for them, but that score difference is slowly going down, just slowly, as we do see a Firegen combo that is supported with the Mikey M. Never mind Mikey M, there goes, but there goes Latte as well, so now it's Firegen's opportunity to bring this point towards Florida.
Yeah, it's 20k score difference going into the final section of the map, as we do see the aim patterns, and Charo and Latte, Mikey finding a break. It's only Firegen holding combo, Ocean Boy with the highest combo inside of SoCal, Lunage holding it down as well on the hidden, and Florida able to bring this back, and we will be seeing a break point on the free mod 2. Florida gonna take this in 3-2.
Yeah, and this is actually what you would like to see from Firegen, as he did fill that hidden 2 for Florida B. Even though they unfortunately lost, he did get that 400k. That was really impressive from him to really support Lunage as much as he can. So seeing him here on Nomad, and I think he's looking a little bit more comfortable on the Nomad as well to solidify this breakpoint for them. That overmod for SoCal, they didn't really help them that much, even though it could be more comfortable for them. But maybe a little bit of a backfire?
Yeah, and we're gonna have to see what Florida goes with here. Maybe a DT map, but they're gonna need to convert this breakpoint. It would be massive for them if they are able to convert this breakpoint, and SoCal's not able to hold out on their pick.
Yeah. Right now, I
Even
think
with
Florida. Oh, you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, even with Lunage ship missing at the start of the map, they still held it out and took that point.
Yeah. So right now, Florida, I think in my opinion, they have better tapping players that are really more consistent. As we did see that Noma 2 getting banned. So there we go. We do see that 3T2 being picked. So I think there's stamina here, 220 BPM stamina, but a lot of the patterning on this map can really throw people off guard if you haven't really practiced the map, as there is some kickstarters there that you can potentially miss on during the last half of the map. And bus loaders too.
Yeah, Charo on the Fremont too with 1x100 just missed his really good score. Probably a good practice score, just maybe nerves or misreads, on that Fremont too. Unfortunate though, but in the DT2, we're definitely gonna see the homie, really strong tapping player. Believe the tapping core player for the side of Florida. I've seen them on a few free map leaderboards, so I know they can play streams. Ocean Boy in for SoCal. SoCal, it's honestly just going to be who feels more comfortable to play the maps because they don't really have the same type of DT core Florida does.
Yeah, but I will say though that they do have a tapping core. I'm not sure if their consistency can match up Florida B's tapping consistency, as I think Florida B has an edge on that department. But right now, I would imagine for SoCal, I would see maybe never mind, Cricker's not in. Well, actually no, Ocean Boy probably going in just like lobby sitting. So I would imagine Cricker in, and there goes Ayame and Ayoko for DT2. Yes, this is the roster that I was imagining right here. And on Florida's side, we see Equivocator and the homie. Those are the two players that I expect from Florida to be in for the tapping, and Mikey M. I think probably another tapping player as well, but just like probably doing a fill. I need to double check.
Yeah. Miori Celesta in for SoCal, but yeah, Equivocator gonna be the last one to join for Florida. They are able to pretty much play anything, so
Yeah, so Mikey
really,
M is
really
a
strong
tapping
player.
player, so this is a really good tapping core for Florida here.
Yeah. And
Equivocator.
yeah, Equivocator gonna be the first one to break. The homie finding a break, mini break, so it's just Mikey and SoCal early lead on this DT2. Not looking good for Florida early on. This map is just below 3 minutes, so it is a longer map. So maybe on the harder sections, we'll see Florida start to shine. But currently at the beginning, this is all favoring SoCal right now with these 3 FCs and solid accuracy as well.
Yeah, but those I wouldn't really count those misses yet, as the map, as that skill multiplier wouldn't really be going exponentially at the beginning of the map, so they can still bring it back. Like we see earlier from the homie, some over aim, especially with the Equivocator as well. But Ayoko with that stutter miss and Equivocator trading it out, so still in the favor of Soka with those 2 FCs. Never mind one now, but there goes Mikey M. So now it's just a recovery of the homie and Crickard here.
Yeah, Equivocator's accuracy not holding out to the other players in this lobby, and it's going to be the homie trying to bring his back for Florida, as it is a 130k score difference, and that honestly isn't that much, especially with DT, but Miori Celesta still holding out the FC on this DT2 for SoCal.
Yeah, and we do see Ayako with the recovery for SoCal to help out Miori Celeste at the moment, but there goes Equivocator again, missing on those wiggles, maybe a little bit nerve kept him up, but there goes Crickard with his FC, so now it's just homie just trying his best now to bring this back for his team. That 100k score difference is now going back rapidly on the side of Florida.
Yeah, Mikey M and the homie are holding out combo. Ayami, the highest combo on the side of SoCal, and they are the only player to be able to bring this back as Mikey finds a break, but Ayami trades it, and it's all eyes on the homie as they are going to be holding out in this final section of the
Oh, he
map.
hit the buzz letters.
Yeah, the only player to hold out. Really strong act. 98.5 seems, I can't tell because it's like a low play, but that's fine. And 100k score lead for the side of Florida, and Florida, despite the start looking a little bit grim, they were able to bring this back, and they are able to convert that break point, and it will now be 4-2.
I mean, I wouldn't really say grim as like they just really missed in the beginning. So yeah, it's like relatively long DT map. So and especially when that DT multiplier can exponentiate rapidly as you go further into the map, those early misses didn't really matter too much. It's all about those misses at the middle that really mattered for Florida B to really solidify this point and Homie to bring forth his own tapping consistency for this Florida team. They are now 2 points ahead of SoCal. SoCal, they got to think up of something to counter this.
Yeah, if you're SoCal, I don't know what you go with here. Potentially a hidden 1 or maybe a hidden 3, but picks are starting to get a little bit worse. As you know, they could maybe go for like a no mod 3, I believe, like you said at the start of this.
Yeah, Noma 3, hidden. I think they can lean towards the hidden. I think they have more consistency because they have players that literally only prefer hidden when they play, like, maps on a regular daily basis. So I think hidden could be their best shot here to really bring it back for them, but they also need to get a breakpoint of their own to really tie it up.
Yeah, and we're just gonna be waiting to see what SoCal picks. A breakpoint here would be absolutely devastating for SoCal, and we do see that hidden 1, that hidden consistency coming from SoCal, as we are probably gonna most likely see Charo, Ocean Boy, and I'm blanking on who the third would be, but
It could be Crickard. I'm checking if this is actually a hidden 1 consistency map because I have not played it yet. It is consistency, yes.
is
So
Streamer eating something mid map or what? It, I don't hear anything. Streamer, are you eating something?
wait, I don't hear anything either.
Yeah, well, they are muted, so like.
My bad. I was not muted on OBS.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yo, WASMR for the Twitch chat. Oh well, at least we caught that a little early. It's all good though. Don't worry about it. We need the nutrients, we need to be filled up.
Yeah, but right now, SoCal, opting for that hidden 1 for Koisei Otome, so we should see going into the gameplay overlay shortly from the streamer. I would expect to see, I think, Ricard. Oh yeah, this is like the expected roster here for the hidden.
Yeah, definitely gonna see Lunage and Firegen. Where are you? You better join this lobby. And I believe Equivocator is gonna be the other player.
Yeah, Equivocator is 09 ready, unfortunately. So this is the expected. Yeah, honestly, the same roster coming in for the hidden 2 on both teams. So here we go. I would expect SoCal to really bring forth their own hidden consistency to bring this for a third point. We'll need a third point too. You don't want Florida to get that 5th point.
Looks in the chat, and this is a very important map in this match. If there is a break point, the gap will just be insane, as Florida will probably be able to win another DT pick afterwards. So, and Firegen first miss, really early miss. Lunage early miss as well. Equivocator finding a break. and it's gonna be 3 FCs to 2 reverse chokes.
Yeah, hopefully a reverse choke for both of these players. There goes Charo, or yeah, Calculus as well, as some people might know her. But those elements won't matter too much at the moment, as this is a nearly 4-minute long map here.
Equivocator finding another break, and Crickard and Ocean Boy finding a break, so it's only gonna be Crickard against Lunage.
Firegen and Equivocator, they both missed on that cross screen horizontal jumps. Or yeah.
Everyone breaking. Lunage, yeah, breaking as well, so it's only Crickard on this hit, and as soon as I say their name, they did break. But so slight score lead for the side of SoCal, no combos, full reset from both teams.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate for Crickard to miss before that first TI, as it does get a little more in terms of the aim mechanics. But I would imagine with Crickard here being one of those fake minor league players, as some people might know him as, because he should be in major league, but right now I think his mechanics can really carry him. But that miss unfortunately isn't helping out SoCal right now, as you see a 17k score difference between these two states.
Yeah, Firegen the only one wait, I gotta stop talking, man. This commentator curse is just it's not stopping.
It's alright. Just the nerves, you know, maybe a little bit of over aim, maybe a looting on the Firegen's side, but yeah, unlucky.
Surely everyone breaking. Oh my god, this hit and one is not easy. Firegen can be doing the whole combo through that section, and Score League gonna actually start going over to Florida, as SoCal did find that full reset.
Yeah, and also Firegen with an impressive near 98% act as well. That could bring towards that point for Florida. Still 50k score difference. We haven't really seen the score difference go down at all, as we see recoveries coming in. Just short recoveries from Crickard and Ocean Boy, including Calculus. But those recoveries are matched by Lunage and Equivocator. So this is a really locked down score difference that can't really move anywhere unless one of these players. There goes Lunage. There's a player that I mentioned that might miss for one of these teams. So an opportunity right now for SoCal to really solidify this for their own pick.
Yeah, Equivocator finding a break, so only Firegen on the side of Florida, and SoCal able to start building out that score lead, as you said, as we are going into one of the other key highs, and Firegen finding a break, but Calculus and Ocean Boy finding a break, so it's only Crickard holding combo, as we are going into one of the final quarters, and Crickard hitting all of those jumps.
Look at that. That's my fake minor league player, Crickard, right there. This is what you would like to see from this kind of player in minor league to really help out his team. It's a 70k score difference, but is it really enough?
Reset from SoCal. Florida, they do have the combo. If SoCal keeps finding these misses, Firegen and Equivocator may be able to bring this back. Maybe. It's 50k. SoCal needs to find more misses for Florida to bring this back, but it's going over to Florida. It's 40k.
But is it going down really fast enough? As it's not really going fast enough for Florida, and to reduce it, it would get a miss. So that 300 combo from Firegen, it doesn't really matter too much that we see 200 combo from Ocean Boy and Calculus. So this score difference is so massive for SoCal, and they did get that point for them. Oh man. Look at that.
I typed in chat 300k combo.
Yeah, I talked too fast there, but yeah, 300 combo from Firegen didn't really matter too much, even though he did get that impressive 400k score that almost matched Crickard, but unfortunately it was just a matter of getting more combos in the middle of the map for SoCal. Really close point.
Yeah, Firegen, insane, man. They're holding up on every map for Florida, and SoCal able to win their picks, so no breakpoints this time. Yeah, 300k combo, the peak.
Well, yeah.
The speed casting.
This is a much needed point here for SoCal at the moment. So if they want to equalize this, they would really need to get that breakpoint from Florida. But Florida, they have a DT3 that they can lean towards right now. And that DT3 is brutal, I would imagine, for SoCal. If you don't practice this enough, you could have a bad time. But they actually instead opted for 3-1, another speed pick actually. I forgot about this.
Yeah. It is a speed map. I wonder, will we see Ocean Boy go easy? You know, I believe the easy multiplier is insanely high on this free mod one, being 2.7. So an easy FC on this would be a hilarious score and insane. Definitely gonna ruin stats leaderboard.
Yeah, but at the moment, I would imagine I don't think Ocean Bush should be in this, because even though that easy multiplier is tempting, you know, that act would not really do them well. But
It is lower OD though.
yeah, you would have to hope that Ocean Boy can consistently combo high enough against this tapping core of Florida that is really consistent, that we've seen them perform well on in BT2. But this one is actually pretty much a different beast. It's a bit more dense compared to the BT2. So we can see some like uncharacteristic misses in terms of like the slider break. More likely slider breaks than actual misses, or maybe even over aim as well. That's like the only way I can see like a miss.
Yeah, I believe we're gonna see the homie on that Hard Rock, Lunage on the Hidden, and Equivocator on the Nomad. Surprised to maybe not see Mikey in here, as they did seem to have a little bit more comfort on that BT2, but this is a different map. It is speed, but yeah, no Ocean Boy for SoCal. We got Crickhard, Ayoko. Oh, are we maybe gonna see Ocean Boy?
Nah, I wouldn't put an Ocean Boy in. This one, I think, if it was like maybe last week or even the week before, I think he would still like cover the tappings a little bit, just a little bit, as that scaling wouldn't be going towards him at the moment. But right now, that scaling, I think, just overshadows Ocean Boy in terms of the tapping. So you have to hopefully rely on this tapping core of SoCal to really bring it through, to maybe potentially get this break point on this tapping 3-1.
Yeah,
260 BPM, by the way.
For Florida, Firegen hopping in instead of Lunage for the Hidden, and Equivocator on the Nomad, Homie on the Hard Rock, and for SoCal we have Ayami on the Hard Rock and Crickhard on the Hidden, who's surprised, and Ayoko on that Nomad for that consistency. Early score lead for Florida because of that act difference. Ayami the first one to break for SoCal. So Florida going to be able to start building up that score gap, especially with Firegen's accuracy. Or not Firegen, Equivocator, sorry.
Yeah, but speaking of Firegen though, they did get that miss. So right now, we are going towards that finger control part with those triples, those doubles between those sliders. And right now, we don't see anyone getting split up by these finger control parts right at the moment. And so far so good for all of these players. It's still going towards the side of Florida, as we did see those early misses from Ayami. There goes Ayami actually with that break, and Equivocator trading out right after that finger control part. So now it's a little bit of a break at the moment before we reach that other half of the map that really gets more intense.
Yeah, 1 FC to 2, Firegen recovering, but it is going to be Crickhard and Ayoko against the Homie. Homie holding on the Hard Rock, and Ayoko finding a break. So it's going to be Crickhard against the Homie, but the Homie finds a break on the Hard Rock. Firegen finding a break. The only combo on the side of Florida now is Equivocator, and Crickhard going to be able to hold this on the side of SoCal on the 3-mod 1.
Yeah, right now, oh, there goes the quick card miss though. It's a little bit laggy on the streamer side of end right now, so we can't really probably see what's going on. But we do see those two misses from Ayami and Ayoko. So we have that combo, a 400 combo from the Equivocator deck is going towards Florida side right now. We do see, I think, a 30k score difference. I can't really tell right now because it's really fucking blurry on our end.
50k.
But this should be a solid
100k. 100k.
100k score right now? Okay, this should be a solid point right now for the side of Florida. Now we see the Equivocator miss, but there's that 300 combo from the Homie, and that recovery from the Ayoko, but it's not enough to really counter this 160k score difference that is keeping rising because of the Homie. Oh man, look at that.
Yeah, Equivocator holding a lot of combo, but for people watching the Twitch stream, you guys are lucky. We kind of just watched a PowerPoint slideshow 2010 OSU client. Discord is not discording right now, so we weren't able to see much. But at the end, looking at these scores, we do see the homie and Equivocator going to be the ones to hold out for Florida with S ranks, and Crickhard with that 550k for SoCal doing what they can. And oh, thank God, 1080p. Holy smokes.
Indeed, thank God for good internet. You know what I mean? But yeah, unfortunately, if only Crickard held enough, maybe even FC for SoCal, that would have been a break point for SoCal to really equalize it out for on this match. But right now, Florida, they have 2 point. They are 2 points away to just getting that fourth place minimum.
Yeah, and Florida able to take their pick. It was looking pretty close for SoCal at the start, but SoCal not able to hold out at the end on the speed section, so Florida's able to dominate on that. And SoCal, I wonder what they're gonna go with here. Probably hidden 3. I believe that is the smart pick. I think it's probably their best pick.
Yeah, hidden 3. I'm not sure. I forgot what hidden 3 is because I don't really practice the hiddens in my team. But I will have to check the main sheets.
High-paced gaming tech.
Tech? Okay.
Yeah, tech.
So techie, I think this would a little bit favor towards SoCal here, as they are like that, dense, gimmicky team, and we do see the hidden 3 being picked right now. They did win all the hidden picks so far. Surely this won't be any different.
Yeah, I don't know why I fully read out the notes as a high-paced gaming tech, but it is a tech map. And for SoCal, definitely gonna see Crickhard absolutely gaming for the side of SoCal, the fake minor league player. Charo, also known as, I believe, Calculus, gonna be in as well, and Ocean Boy gonna be the other hidden player. Really strong core on this hidden 3 for SoCal. And for Florida, we can definitely expect to see FireGen and Lunage, but the third player, I don't know who it will be. Maybe Equivocator.
Yeah, and also this point is really important for SoCal to win, because if they lose this point, that DT3 is going to be instantly picked for Florida, and you don't want to go against Florida on that tapping end with that tapping core, especially the homie being really consistent on those tapping maps. But I think DT3, it can be a little bit scary as well, as if you haven't really practiced the map too much, those doubles can really catch you off guard, especially with nerves. Even if you did practice it, those nerves can really affect your reading of DT as well.
And for Florida, we got that Equivocator, Lunage, and FireGen trio. And for SoCal, I think this is a SoCal win, but honestly, anything could happen. We've seen pop-offs from Lunage and FireGen, and Equivocator as well, as we just seen them pop off on that free model 1, but they were not on hidden, they were on the no mod, so completely different map. As good luck, have funs are in the chat. We're gonna be going into the hidden 3.
Yeah, and this is the tech map of hidden 3, so you can see probably more susceptibility in the slider break department for any of these players right now. But never mind, there is a flow part that we see that Ocean Boy maybe under aim or over aim that part, but right now it's a little bit too early into the map, 2 minutes long. So Lunage and Ocean Boy trading out those misses won't really matter too much, but right now solely at the advantage. Never mind, FireGen, they did miss. So now that advantage going towards SoCal should be coming there shortly.
Yeah, Equivocator finding a break on the side of Florida, and Crickhard gonna be the second FC to drop for SoCal. Ocean Boy on the reverse choke, and Charo, also known as Calculus, holding, I'm just gonna call him Calculus for now, holding out that FC for SoCal. And Lunage doing what they can for Florida, also on that reverse choke, as Ocean Boy finds a break. And it's a 100k score difference in the side of SoCal.
Ooh, but Lunage though, there's the miss though that you don't want to see from Florida. Even if you want this breakpoint, you would hope for SoCal fans out there to really get this pick solidified for SoCal. And we do see that 600 combo from Charo that is actually an FC on Calculus's end, and the supporting combos coming in from Crick Card. We are approaching that last quarter of the map. 200k score difference, only really a 300k. No, sorry, I'm saying K again. 300 combo equivocator, and never mind. I guess it's just the flow parts that everyone is just struggling with.
Yeah, and Calculus holding out that FC still on the hidden 3, insane hidden comfort, and Crick Card, and Calculus losing the FC, but it honestly doesn't matter. It's a 500k score difference in the final few seconds of this map, and SoCal gonna be able to take their pick.
Yeah, and honestly, really impressive act coming in for Crick Card. 99.35, I think a high of 99.7 throughout the map, but right now, this Mech Techie, honestly, flow map. No, there's a miss at the end, but it doesn't matter. He did really FC, but 2 million score, 851 score difference. I think one of the biggest we've seen in this match so far.
Aki Calculus. Was I saying calc? I'm so sorry. Calculus. Calcium?
Surely not calcium. But yeah.
Calcium with the insane 700k. No, I'm joking. Yeah,
Really?
Calculus with that one miss, and Crick Hard with that 760k, getting absolutely score v2 carried with the axe. Just a really good combo coming out from them as well.
Yeah,
And
two.
Florida's chance to pick that DT and bring it to match point.
Yeah, so right now they still have that DT3 that they can lean towards. As I did mention before that hidden 3, that map for Soka was really important for them to win, and they did indeed win it, so they still have an opportunity for them to really go through with another breakpoint. That I think that Florida, after DT3, like Florida won't really have solid picks from here on. I don't think both of these teams are really comfortable with DT4, so I wouldn't really imagine it getting picked.
Maybe see DT1, maybe from Florida.
Could be, but a little bit gambly as well.
We do see that DT3, the tapping DT, and if Florida wins this, they'll have to start thinking a little bit about their next pick, as they'll have to play SoCal's next pick, which I'm not sure what SoCal goes for. Maybe that Nomad 3, or SoCal.
Or Nomad 4. That Nomad 4 is still open. But that Nomad 4 isn't as dense as compared to the week before Nomad 4. This one is kind of like, it is like pretty techy, but like it's not like, as dense, because it's like a higher AR as well. So it's pretty aimy tech as well, like the Nomad 4 of I think round 16.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be too surprised to maybe see a Nomad 5 pick, one of the precision maps maybe for Florida's next pick, not too sure though. And yeah, as we go into this DT3, I won't be surprised to be seeing the homie, maybe Mikey and Equivocator again. I think Lunage is watching primary, but they were in for that speed pre-mod 1, as this DT3 is in fact gonna be
Burst doubles, it's just gonna be finger control hell if you're not comfortable with those doubles. Because those doubles, I think, can catch all of these players off guard.
For sure. We do see that DT3, or tapping core, the homie Mikey and Equivocator. And for the side of SoCal, I believe this is the same DT2 roster. We have Rickard, Ayami, and Ayoko. Look, have fun in the chat. Be going into potentially one of the last maps before Florida's match point.
Yeah, so Florida, this pick and their next pick would be the last, and SoCal's last pick as well. So SoCal, I don't know if they can get this breakpoint on this DT3, because this is a pretty strong pick for Florida. I think one of their last strong picks. So you're hoping here, if you're a SoCal fan, for Florida to get unlucky on those doubles, especially those doubles that can just catch them off guard.
Yeah, and first one to break for SoCal is going to be Ayoko, so 3 FCs to 2. Small score lead. Kyoko finding another break, and Crickhard following up with that miss. So 3 FCs to 1. Ayami gonna be the only one to hold for SoCal.
Yeah, so we will see a little bit of an introduction to those doubles before that Ki. So we'll see them a little bit shortly. There's 1 second double. There goes that double. We see the homie now miss on those double to the triple clip. It does change up a little bit on the patterning of the tapping end. So right now we're reaching that first Ki right now, and this is where the doubles will get intensified. So the more you play this map, the more you will get more comfortable with the doubles. But right now the nerves can't really affect you at the moment. Right now it's still a good score for Wood here, 100k score difference, but going to 200k right now with those 2 FCs coming from Mikey M and Equivocator. The first Ki is over, and we already see a lock for Florida.
Yeah, it's going to be Mikey and Equivocator holding the homie, unfortunately finding a few breaks. So Ayoko struggling a little bit. SoCal in general struggling compared to this Florida comfortability on this bursty DT3, and with that like almost 500k score difference, and we're in the half part section of the map, and that score lead is just building for Florida right now. 600k and climbing. Mikey and Equivocator still FCing.
Yeah, and with the second Ki being finished, with the 700k score difference, with all 3 players of SoCal's score being capped right around 600k if they get some good comments here, Ayami being one of those players. We do see Mikey M miss, but that 800k score difference is literally uncomebackable for any of these players in SoCal.
Yeah, Equivocator, we're gonna see if they can hold out the FC in this final section of the map. Ayami losing their combo, and this is just going to be Florida dominance with almost a 1 million score difference, as Equivocator, they might be able to 1v3. The score is insanely close, and yeah, they really close to 1v3. It's like 2k score. Can they spin?
Actually,
Can they
yeah.
spin?
This is
They
actually
don't.
literally a 1v3 from
But
Equivocator's masterclass. Oh my.
Yeah, they have a higher score than the difference, so you know they do in fact 1v3, and that is just gonna be Equivocator masterclass for Florida, as they are now on match point.
Yeah, and right now we can see like the clear difference if you practice their map or not. I mean, I'm sure that all of these players practice, but like if you haven't practiced this enough, you need a lot of practice on this map to really get comfortable with those doubles. And we've seen that Equivocator and Mikey M, despite that lack of AC, they can combo and get those good scores as well with that impressive FC from Equivocator. Match point right now, so SoCal, they need to get their own pick first and a break point right now. I think there is a chance. There's that number 4 pick that I predicted early on in this match. So this number 4 is really important right now for SoCal. And this number 4 is pretty long too, so your consistency matters a lot here.
Yeah, I love how everyone is calling Equivocator 09 Randy Orton. But yeah, SoCal gonna be picking that no mod 4, and this could honestly go any way. This is the first no mod map to be played in this match, but I believe this should be SoCal favored. They are that no mod hidden team, so we'll see if Florida can bring this. And we do see Niwa. I'll say
Niwa actually going in for the first time ever in this match. Ooh, net nerves.
Yeah.
Your first net nerves are pretty hard.
We have no notes on them. Their activity just says huh, so I don't know if they've been a little inactive maybe during the tournament. We do see Lunage and the homie, 2 other players on the side of Florida, and for SoCal we do see that Crickhard, Ocean Boy, and Calculus.
Yeah, on the side of Florida, I would expect the Lunars to be in on this map, as we do see like, you know, them performing well on like dense like related maps like Hidden 2 and that Hidden 3 kind of. So yeah, Lunage here is understandable, but we see that SoCal core of, I think honestly the same hidden core, but since they all are well versed in like those dense kind of maps, then I think it should be comfortable for them. But this isn't as dense as you would expect for No 4 as well. Not like your hollow denseness.
Yeah, and good lucks in the chat. We are going into potentially the last map of this match as Florida is on match point. So if we do want to see a TB here, SoCal will have to win their pick and will have to find a breakpoint against Florida's next pick. But Crickard finding a really early miss at the start of this map, but I don't think that's gonna matter too much as this map is I think this is 3.5 minutes long.
Yeah.
So,
and then this is the first time we're seeing Niwa in as well, so you're hoping here for Niwa being the first time in for this match, you're hoping for them to perform well, as I would assume in their own team sheet that Niwa did like pretty decently on this Nomad 4. And the first KI right now going so far so good for all 6 of these players right now. And there goes Ocean Boy with that slider break. Not really looking good right now for SoCal at the moment, as we still see those 3 FCs coming in throughout the first KI. Never mind Lunage, his miss right at the end.
yeah, Niwa Gaming holding out an FC still, and FireGen, I didn't even realize they joined. They hopped out instead of the homie, but I was not surprised to see them in. I initially thought they should have been in.
Calculus.
So Calculus finding that break. It's gonna be FireGen and Niwa Gaming against Crickard's reverse choke.
Yeah, and as we're approaching the halfway of the map, the second KI of the map, you're hoping for FireGen and Niwa Gaming, for SoCal fans out there, to really miss. Honestly, like right now, before that score multiplier exponentiates for Florida to really get this breakpoint that you don't want to see on SoCal's end.
Yeah, and it is a 670k 60-70k score difference, and Niwa Gaming gonna lose their FC, so it's only FireGen against Crickard, and this could potentially go to the side of SoCal. Calculus losing, oh, never mind. Okay, Ocean Boy and Calculus losing their combo, so it's only gonna be FireGen, and as soon as I was gonna say Lunage's name, they found a break. So Crickard against FireGen still.
Yeah, still on this second Kia, an important Kia right now, but there goes Crickard. This is not the best that you want to see, as we see a 5-gen combo through this second Kia, a really important Kia as we are approaching the last quarter of the map. FireGen, this is the opportunity right now to really solidify this, as you only see a short recovery of Ocean Boy 98 of 200 combo.
Yeah, FireGen doing it for Florida, and this is gonna be the last that must be rapid trigger, bro. But yeah, this is gonna be the last map of today's match as FireGen does it for Florida, and Crickard doing the best that they could, but it's just not enough to beat out the FireGen 700k score. FireGen with insane act too on this Nomad 4, but this will be GG's and 07 to SoCal, as they will now be leaving the 5USC 2025 tournament in the finals. Really good run from SoCal, but I believe they were the winners of last year's minor league, so Florida showing that they are able to defeat the champions.
And honestly, the 7th seed SoCal, even though Ocean Boy did get that recovery of 400, it wasn't really enough to really count it at 150k score difference, as this is a really long map and they're pretty like deep into the map that you can't really recover much more, as your score is pretty capped. And yeah, the winners of minor league of last year, they did indeed lose now against Florida B, who are now minimum 4th place, as they will have to wait for their next opponent between New Jersey B and NorCal B, which is coming up really soon, I think tomorrow. But yeah, Florida B is going to be potentially a new opponent of New Jersey B. I think no. No, this is actually, both of these teams actually are like old opponents of Florida B, so this could be potential revenge on either New Jersey's B side or NorCal B side of things here.
Yeah, and like you said, today's winners are gonna be Florida, and the homie being the captain, Mikey M, being that strong Hard Rock player. Nuwa Gaming, not in for many maps, but we've seen them in for that No Mod 4, and they solidified a pretty strong score for themselves. Equivocator, Lunage, and FireGen. FireGen absolutely popping off this match in for a lot of different kinds of maps, able to fill out really strong scores, as we did see them just top score that Namod 4. They also top scored that HR2, and Lunage and Equivocator doing really good stuff on the hidden, and also that free mod 1 no mod for Equivocator. So that is going to be today's match. Thank you everyone for watching. It was me, my final words. Feline, you have anything to say?
Right now, not at the moment, but yeah, I think right now we have nothing else to say. Maybe like look forward to other matches, check the main sheet. But yeah, I'm your caster Valine, and have a good night.
Yeah, good night everyone. Thank you for watching.